What is going on, everyone? Today we are watching The Walking Dead Season 11, Episode 12. I hope this is much better than last one, because honestly, last one was kind of just... not a lot happened. You know, it was one of those episodes where, like, I just didn't really think about it much afterwards. I'm just kind of like, okay, this didn't really progress the story. All it had is that stuff with Eugene, which was an interesting mystery, but at the end of the day, I didn't really care for it, because they kind of spoiled the reveal, like, way back when they announced who the actress was for Stephanie, and it was the other girl. So they already spoiled the reveal themselves online, and it was like, it wasn't even like a reveal to me. And then the stuff with the other characters, I don't know, it just wasn't that interesting. It wasn't a bad episode, it just wasn't that interesting. Hopefully this one's better. It looks like it's going to have Maggie in it, so that's a plus. It looks like it's going to be back at Alexandria and Hilltop. So let's just jump right into it. If you want to see the full uncut reaction, that'll be my Patreon, which is in the description down below. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.
But it wasn't trash. It just needed some love.
This is her trying to get the radio thing going, and then eventually she was able to speak to Eugene with it.
We talked about everything.
It's crazy to think, when they were talking, like when we saw it, that was like a whole last season ago. And that episode came out like back in 2019 or something. Like, that was so long ago.
And he was not happy.
God damn it! I investigated a massive communications breach. Apparently someone on an unauthorized radio station has been talking to a rogue community outside of our walls.
Don't they like bring people in though? So why would that be a big issue?
Max.
Wait, her name's Max? So was Stephanie just a fake name too? Well, at least that lets us know that she had good intentions.
It wouldn't happen to be Rocky Road there, would it?
You know, when they did this little thing too, it was also so obvious. It was like, come on now.
You seem so happy. So I kept my head down.
So she wasn't in on it.
You're Stephanie?
I'm Max.
Okay, well, you're still talking to her, so she was just using a fake name. It's just still the same person. Fake name, who cares? Okay, this is what I wanted to see. Them going to Hilltop and Alexandria.
These communities are perfect for what we're envisioning.
What you're envisioning. I'm not convinced we need to stretch our resources like this.
Yeah, this is not that big of a community. It's like got 50 people in it, even less now.
You really think you might be surprised?
I kind of get her perspective. This is far away. Like, if it was closer, maybe, but like it is pretty far away. How many people are here? Not a lot, right? Not a lot of people stayed behind, I don't think.
Aaron. Pamela Milton.
I'm assuming Aaron's the leader here now.
How do you keep a place like this safe with it being so isolated?
Wasn't easy. Fought a lot of fights.
A lot of wars.
What'd you do before all this?
Just fucked around with his brother.
You knew her?
Oh, we used to cross paths quite a bit in philanthropy circles back in the day.
Okay.
What was she like as a leader?
She brought us in. We'd never met anybody like that before.
Stay here, man.
I got it.
Yeah, I mean, the walls aren't very secure right now, to be honest. That's part of why we have to rebuild.
I think I've seen enough here.
Oh, one little walker breach? You're here to rebuild it. That's kind of the point.
Make sure he's stable enough for the surgery.
Surgery?
To take out this tumor. Did no one tell you? Well,
Carol got it. It's to the top. Is he gonna feel bad because he's probably taken someone else's spot? Yeah, I feel like he's just gonna feel bad. Wait, are we at Oceanside? Please tell me we're at Oceanside. I've been missing Oceanside. I feel like we need to see it a little bit.
Rachel's ready for you.
Yes, fine a fucking Lee, man.
You're blessed to have this.
I've been pissed that we just haven't seen this community in like so long.
I heard how Oceanside came to be, about your battles with the Saviors and the Whisperers. Says a lot about the strength of your community. I'm excited to have you as partners of the Commonwealth.
We spoke to Maggie Ree, the leader of Hilltop. She told us she's not partnered with you all.
Maggie's like, fuck that.
We renewed our mutual protection pact, and I'm gonna honor it.
Why wouldn't you want to partner with them though? It's just free supplies. I don't think you're doing much for them, to be honest, right?
Question. What was the point of bringing you along if you can't give me any helpful intel in advance of shit blowing up in our faces?
So if Maggie says no and Oceanside walks, Alexandria is cut off.
Oh shit. I guess because they want as many people as possible involved, because right now they don't have a lot of people. Oh, it's Maggie. Yeah, they haven't seen each other in a bit, right? Been like 30-something days. Oh, there's Lydia.
You must be Maggie.
This is a good episode so far. I'm glad they went to Oceanside, even if it was just for a little bit. We didn't get to see Sydney or Luke. Isn't Luke still there?
Everything costs something. For me, it's sleep. You know what I think about at 3 a.m.? Who can we trust? How do we stay safe? Your communities are small by our standards. The right allies make us stronger. This world belongs to us, not the dead.
Yeah, making as many allies as possible is good.
There is a natural order to things that has vanished. It provides a future for our kids. 15 million little city-states fighting each other for power and resources is never going to be able to provide that kind of stability.
Yeah. And that's what the whole world has been up to this point, at least from our perspective.
Told me said I was scheduled for surgery. They put me up in the line.
That's good. That's great.
You could tell she already knew it, that it was gonna happen. From her reaction.
What did you do?
I didn't.
My debt was wiped out.
Hornsby owed me a favor.
Yeah, he's too much of a man of honor. Like, he wouldn't wanna... you gotta do what you gotta do out there. I don't know what to tell you.
The communities that we built are fair.
The Commonwealth is fair.
Yeah, but you drive a nicer car and live in a nicer house than everybody else.
I have more responsibilities than the average worker.
Yeah, that is true. They both have, you know, fair points. I think it depends. The problem is, Commonwealth has so many people. When you have such a big community, it's impossible to be in a system where certain people don't have more stuff than others. It's just not possible. Because certain people are going to have higher jobs and stuff. That's just how it works. But Maggie's community is much smaller. Oh, shit. Maggie's community is much smaller, so that system will work. You don't have to have this system where people are earning more than others based on their job. You could just, because you all care about each other so much to the point where it doesn't matter. You're all doing whatever job and you're just surviving. Like, that's what Hilltop is, because it's less people. But Commonwealth is 50,000. Like, I don't think that'd be possible to do that if people didn't have this system of money involved.
Hey.
That's a nice little area. Is this still inside the walls? I'm assuming this is inside the walls.
I saw her. She just broke up with me. She broke up.
Oh, you're not gonna say the truth. I guess just to keep her protected, I don't know.
Is it okay if we hand out some supplies? We have more than enough. Food, fuel.
Say yes.
Sure.
So what's gonna make things go to shit? We saw that in the future. There was conflict. I'm curious as to what's gonna cause that.
Must be hard to be a kid out here.
He grew up on the road. He's a different kind of kid.
Your friend, she like torturing herself out here?
You don't know me very well.
You know, you're smart enough to know a good offer when you hear it.
He's a good salesman, though. I'll give him that.
Maggie, do you really believe that Hilltop, as it currently stands, is the best you'll ever have? Imagine being able to pick Herschel up from a concert at the Commonwealth, take him to a doctor's appointment in Alexandria, and then jump on a boat at Oceanside.
The only problem is they're all so far away from each other. You guys don't have fast traveling, so that's the only issue I see with this. Oh, this is good. They have this so it makes noise when they come by. Yeah. Yes, Mercer, come on. Kill a bunch. You guys got good aim. You didn't accidentally hit someone else. So I think that was a little dangerous to do that, to be honest.
The Hilltop's going to pass on your offer.
Damn.
Because, like you said, everything costs something.
Yeah, but from our perspective, it's not like they're costing that much for this deal. It seems like it's going to cost Commonwealth more, to be, if anything.
Did it take place in the Carpathian?
Carpathian Mountains, yes.
You let her read it?
I thought it was you.
I know, but Eugene, how? After all that time we spent together, everything we told each other, how could you not know? It wasn't me.
She was just really good at pretending. I don't know.
I figured out a long time ago that I'm not like most folks. I just so badly wanted this to be real. And subtle cues escape me sometimes.
It's understandable.
Lance,
It's not over. It doesn't have to be.
it's time to go home.
We still have Alexandria. I just need time to get the other two.
I think she's made her choice. I don't know.
I get why something like that would be appealing to you. Someone needs to run them, right?
That's why he wants this.
I'm going to pretend that you were doing this for the good of the Commonwealth rather than for yourself.
It was probably a mix of both. What is he doing? Just having fun? Just taking out some anger, I guess? I don't know.
Everything's fine. In fact, we're gonna bring even more people in. Get ready, Aaron. We are going to remake the world.
So he's just going against Pamela.
There's a group on the western border. We want to make first contact and offer them help.
Wait, what? A new group? A new group?
Someone we know must have sent him. I asked for 100 troops. There's no way Milton doesn't notice. I need surgical.
What the hell? What the hell's going on here? Alright, that looks kind of nuts. I hope Negan's involved. I want to see Negan again, but I don't think he's going to be there because I didn't see him. So that episode was definitely better than the prior two episodes. I wouldn't say better than episode 9 though, but it was definitely better than the last two. Just because it felt like it progressed the story a lot more. And it was just a dialogue heavy episode, to be completely honest. Like, it didn't do anything too crazy, there wasn't anything too intense that happened. But the dialogue and the kind of relationships that are building between these communities now was heavily presented here. And there's a lot of cool stuff with that. I'm very glad they finally showed Oceanside. I mean, we haven't seen Oceanside since, like, early season 10, which is just crazy to me. I'm still surprised we haven't. I'm assuming it's just there hasn't really been any point to having it, and I believe the actor who plays Luke hasn't been available most likely because I think he was filming the new Fantastic Beasts movie. So I guess they're just leaving him in the background there somewhere with that Jules character, and he was there at the end of season 10 because Oceanside was involved in that, but they didn't actually show Oceanside itself. It was just some of the Oceanside people were helping, which was nice to see. But I'm kind of not expecting to see much more of them for the rest of the show. I hope we do, though, just because of the fact that I want everyone to be involved, you know, and it's nice to see as many communities involved as possible. So it was nice seeing them in this episode. It was also nice seeing Alexandria, nice seeing Hilltop, nice seeing all these places. And I do wish they still had Kingdom as well, but I guess that just fell through. The comics Kingdom always stayed there till the end of the show. I'm assuming they just couldn't keep the rights to the location. I guess they couldn't keep the filming location of the Kingdom for too long, so that's why they got rid of it most likely. I doubt it was just like a conscious story decision. And obviously Sanctuary's got nothing going on there, which it did in the comics actually, which was interesting, but nothing going on there here. So it's just Oceanside, Hilltop, and Alexandria, which is fine. And I do like how we visited all three communities, and we had a lot of conversations with Pamela between all the different characters. And a lot of the conversations, what I really liked about them is that they were kind of like arguments, especially with Maggie and Pamela, but the thing is, it wasn't like one-sided where like you kind of only agreed with one of them. I kind of felt myself being like, yeah, I can see both of their points, I can understand both their perspectives, because the big debate here, the thing that they did in the comics as well, it's the big argument is, should this community, should Commonwealth be a system that's just like the world before, where there's money involved, and, you know, people have, there's a class system, so people have higher ranks than others depending on what your job is, and that gives you more money, and then you're going to be able to buy better stuff? Or should it be like what Alexandria, Hilltop, and stuff like that are like, where it's just, you know, kind of like a communal system where everyone kind of has similar jobs, you know, they all pull their weight around there, and everyone kind of gets the same stuff, gets the same amount of food, gets the same amount of everything, kind of like just a, you know, system like that. And the way I see it personally, and it's kind of a political thing, to be honest, which I'm fine with them going that direction. It's, you know, they're not trying to push a message or anything. It's a very, you know, double-sided thing where you can see both perspectives and you can understand both perspectives. And from my perspective, it's as simple as it depends how many people you have in the community and what resources you have. So it's very obvious that a community like Hilltop or Alexandria, where there's not, you know, an incredible amount of resources and there's not an incredible amount of people, everyone's very close to one another, it makes sense that you wouldn't have a capitalist-like system there, because everyone's, together. Everyone's doing similar tasks. Just because it's a smaller place and it's kind of applicable, it's possible. But at a place like Commonwealth, where there's 50,000 people and you have a lot of resources to go around, you have a lot of stuff there, and a lot of people that you have to, feed for all the resources that you have, it makes sense for there to be a system just like what we had before, just like the system that has been going on in most countries. I don't know about most countries, but in a lot of countries around the world from before. And I do like how these, debates are coming up between the characters, where it's like, well, what should it be? What's fair? What's more, I guess, what's better for the people? And the comics went in a direction where eventually that caused a lot of death. Obviously, no spoilers for the comics. I'm not going to go into spoilers, but characters die because of situations like this, because they get themselves into situations at Commonwealth where they try to overthrow it because of their system, and it gets people killed. And I have a feeling they might do something similar here. It seems like they're building up some sort of a thing with Lance, where Lance is going to be probably trying to overthrow Pamela at some point, and I would like that direction. I think that sounds like an interesting direction, and maybe that'll cause Lance to get killed at some point in the show. That would be an interesting direction to go, and I'd be completely fine with that. It just depends how they handle it, depends the writing behind it and the motivation, and it seems like it would make sense. I like how he had that alternative motive to why he's trying to get, because at first I was kind of confused. I'm like, why are you trying so hard to get these communities involved? They're not going to help Commonwealth that much. They're really not. But it's mainly the reason that he said at the end, or the reason that Pamela realized, is that he wants to lead something, and he knows if they get these communities on board, they'll have to have some sort of a leader, and he wants to have that power. He wants to have that control over communities like that. So it's understandable, and I get his character now, which is good, because before I did not. Before I was like, why do you care so much about getting them on board with you? They're not going to help you that much. So I really like that storyline there. And then outside of everything going on there, we had the scenes with back at Commonwealth, with obviously Carol, Ezekiel, and Jerry, and Ezekiel getting the treatment. And there was a bit of an argument between those two characters there, where Ezekiel's not happy that they basically cheat the system with Carol's help. And again, this is another situation where I'm not really picking a side. I feel like both people have a point. Like, I get Carol's perspective, and I get Ezekiel's perspective. So I don't really feel like there's any side to pick there. It's more of a, yeah, you don't want to cheat the system, but at the same time, I mean, otherwise you'd be dead. You know what I mean? So it's hard to kind of decide, should you do that for yourself, or should you just let the system play itself out and see what happens? But like Tommy said, he would probably be dead if he did do that. So I don't know. I mean, I guess it depends. I do like that story, though. I like that moral dilemma there that they had. And then you had a little bit of stuff with Eugene talking to Rosita, and Eugene going to Stephanie, or I guess we'll call her Max now because that's her real name. And I thought that was good. That was good stuff. I didn't really, again, I'm not like that interested in the Eugene storyline that's going on right now, like I said last episode, but I think the conversation with Rosita was good, because they've been characters that have been very close for a long time, so it's nice to see those characters interact at some point. And yeah, that's all I gotta say for this episode. There's really not much else to talk about. I enjoyed it pretty much thoroughly. It's a good episode. Like I said, better than the last two. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I think it's a good score for it. It does what it's supposed to do. It's not like anything too special, so I'm not gonna go higher than that, but I thought it was a pretty solid episode, so I enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.